I hope you guys have completed the homework. What is server, workstation, operating system, RAM,
Yes, sir.
CPU,
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
work
Yes,
of,
yes, sir.
and what is TCP UDP,
Yes,
transfer protocol.
yes, sir.
No, no.
Yes, sir.
And
Okay,
you
sir.
know what is OSI model?
OSI model. Yes, sir.
What are the
OSI
layers
model.
of OSI models, right?
Yes,
How
sir.
many? 7 layers,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
What is the use of OSI model? Yes or no?
yes.
A router comes under which layer of OSI?
Layer
Network.
3 development.
Network.
Network. Layer 3.
Network layer. Three network layer.
Number? I
Three.
explained in that video.
Layer 3.
Layer
Layer three.
three, sir.
In that video, I explained or not? OSI layer video.
Very well, sir.
Hmm?
No, 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 sir. No, sir.
Did we talk about router comes under which layer on that OSI model?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, you have been covered.
Yes,
Yesterday
yes, sir.
you had time, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
is the frequently
Yes,
asked interview
yes.
question. The router comes under which layer? Layer number?
Layer 3.
Three. Network.
3.
Switch
Network
comes under
layer.
which layer?
E.
Number?
Data link.
Layer
2.
two.
Layer 2. 2.
Two. Data link layer.
Firewall comes under which layer?
Layer 4.
Three.
Layer 4.
Transport layer. 3
Transit.
and 4.
Network layer.
Layer
Layer
3 and
three.
layer 4.
Layer 3
2,
and
3,
4.
7.
3 and
Three and
4.
four.
Because it has understanding of IP address and port number.
Port number.
Work has been given, that means you have to complete. ऐसा नहीं कि छुट्टी है तो पता चलेगा घूमने के लिए. Isn't it? So, see, what happens is typical router standard switch layer 2, standard router layer 3. Switch, the final communication happens on the switch based on the MAC address. The final communication, switch understand MAC address. The final communication happen based on, on the switch based on the MAC address. Switch learn the MAC address. When the switch system connects to the switch, right, it learn the MAC address of particular system. Based on that, final communication happens. While router route the packet based on the IP address. That's the reason we call as, we understand switch work on the layer number 2 because MAC address comes under the layer number 2 of the OSI, while IP address comes under the layer number 3 of the OSI. Get a point? And firewall, I'll be talking about what is firewall, but it comes under layer number 3 and layer number 4 because it has the understanding of IP address and port number. I'll tell you what is port number and so and what is protocol. So if you have not completed the homework, kindly complete it. Those are very important topic, right? Understand? Very important topic. Basic, but very important, right? Get a point? You'll be covering it, right? Everybody?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now,
Sir,
any question?
yes, yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, is it mandatory to implement a switch on in our environment while I am using router?
So what happens is, I was telling you, standard switches works on the layer 2, means understand MAC address. Standard routers are the layer 3 routers, understand IP address. But nowadays, digital switches are coming. Digital switches are coming, which work on the layer 2 as well as layer 3. That means they work as switch also and router also. That means they have switch capabilities. Basic function is switch, but they have router capabilities also. Like your home routers, you have only one box right at your home. It has a router also and switch also. Means you take the internet connection, terminate on that router as well as you have LAN connection also. Because it has a router also and switch also. Understand? It has both the functionality because it's a layer 3 route. It's a layer 3 switch. Means switch plus router, both the functionality it has. Simply, similar way nowadays, digital routers also coming, which has the functionality of layer 3, layer 4. Means router also and firewall function also. They have layer 3 and layer 4. But when anybody asks you, a router works on which layer? Means standard router, you have to tell layer 3. Switch work on the which layer? Layer 2. Means standard switch. Understand? Get a mind? So nowadays, companies also, many companies use the layer 3 switches, layer 4 routers. Means one device can work as a router also and switch also inbuilt, both the functions. Understand? But when you talk about the classic switches, classic router, standard switch, standard router, they have one function only. I hope it is clear. Understand? See, little homework also you have to do. Once I explain some topics, do little more homework to have more clarity. Understand? Because we are not going very deep dive in these topics. I am explaining you briefly, not very deep dive. Understand? So you have time, do little bit homework also, little bit explore more if you have time. Understand? Clear, right? So,
Thank you.
Because these are basic networking topics, right? We can't go very deep on those networking. This knowledge is more than enough for you to understand and to work from cybersecurity perspective. To get more knowledge, you can do some Google. Otherwise, the class will become CCNA class. Yes or no? And not the security class. So you can understand now. In the last class, we covered both router and switches, both we covered, right? We understand a router and switches, right? These are the networking devices nowadays. In previous to that, router and switches, we used to use hub bridges. Some people working in networking might have heard about this word, hubs, bridges, right? These are now legacy devices, not being used now, depreciated. Because these devices were not intelligent devices. Either router and switches are the intelligent devices. So now hub and switches now, hub and bridges now are replaced by the switches and routers, right? That's the reason we are not understanding now. I'm not going to explain you what is hub and switches because those are not being used anymore in the network, right? Now we have only two devices in the network using which we'll design the network. Network devices means network devices, the devices which are used to form the network, to design the network. Isn't it? Those devices are two devices. What are those? What are those two devices? Switch.
Switches and routers.
Switches and routers.
These are two devices, switch and router.
And router.
Last class, we have we have designed SIEM expert network using switch and router. How we can design our SIEM expert network using switch and router. We understand if two or more devices are the part of same network, we deploy the switch to allow the communication. And if two or more devices are the part of different network, then we deploy the
Router.
router in between, right? To allow the communication, right? That means switches within the network. And router
Internet.
Router routes between the network. Yes or no? Switches within the network and router routes between the network. Two or more network, if you have to connect different network, deploy the router. Within the network, two or more device has to communicate, deploy the simple, right? Now you can design the network. Yes or no? So now using switch and routers, we had designed the network. Now you understand that you have a network. Guys who have joined first day today, I hope you guys have watched the previous session, previous two sessions. Who is not in mute? So we also understood last class netting concept. Yes or no? What is netting?
Network address translation.
Network address translation, we understand one IP can be matched with another IP address. That means one network address can be translated with another network address, right? Using which we can assign private IP address here, and using a single public IP address, all the computer can access the internet, right? So all R2 objective both got fulfilled. Yes or no? We have to design SIEM expert network by keeping two objectives in mind. One is our internal computer should be able to communicate with each other. And second thing, our computer should be able to communicate to the internet. Yes or no? Both the objective got fulfilled, isn't it? Second objective, to connect to the internet, and we talk about the netting concept. After application of networking and netting, we even have bought a single public IP address and configured a netting using which this private IP address has been netted with the public IP address, and these computers connected to the internet. Yes or no? All the computers connected to the internet, even using a single public IP. We understand there are two types of IP then, private IP address and public IP address. Now you can identify by seeing the IP address, particular IP address, public IP address or private IP address by seeing the range, isn't it? Now you can see after designing this network, you can see this network is private network or public network. This network is private or public?
Public.
This network is public or private?
Private.
Public network means anybody can be the part of this. Public network means it's a network of everybody. Means anybody can be the part of this network. Public roads are public property. Everybody can use the road to drive the vehicle. Yes or no? Your home is your own home. Inside the home, you have gallery and everything. Only you can be inside your home. Similarly, this network, inside all the property, all the network is your own network. Yes or no? In the public network, on the outside road, you have bad people, good people. Yes or no? Here, in the public network, in internet, you have bad people, good people. You have your own network, right? Now you have designed your network so that your people can go to the internet, can communicate with each other, as well as can access the internet. Yes or no? Are connected with the public network internet. Now, don't you think that if your computer has the way to go to outside, yes or no, to access the outside resources, outside people can also come inside?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And do something to your resources?
Yes.
Can steal the information, manipulate the data, hack the information, steal, and can demolish anything they can do, isn't it? Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That means network means connectivity. We have provided the connectivity. Now we are part of the public network. We are connected to the public network. So we have provided connectivity. Now there is a concern because we are part of public network. Now we are connected to the public network. Now outside threats also can come inside to a private network, can steal any information, can manipulate the information, can completely wipe out the information, can completely delete the database itself. Yes or no? Then after designing the network, you have to plan the security of your network. Data security, you have to plan network security as well as data security. Security is the big concern when you are connected to the public network, because in the public network, public means bad people, good people. You never know that there are bad people as well. Who is bad, who is good, you never knows that. Yes or no? You can't trust. So you have to ensure the security of your network. You never knows that. You can't trust anybody. Yes or no? Because this is the public network. people can be bad, can be good. You can't trust anybody. So if you can go in this way, unauthorized threats also can come in this way and can do anything to your network. ये कौन करने लगता है यार ये? How to block this? I have to check this out. Somebody started sharing this. Somebody, what I'm saying, what I was, So in this case, we have to secure the network so that only authorized people, only authorized traffic, authorized connection can come inside. Yes or no? Because of course, we will have some resources, some servers, some website which are hosted inside, which we want to give access to outside people. You have ICICI Bank application, ICICI website, which you give access to the people so that they can see their account information. The server hosted inside the ICICI Bank. Yes or no? You want to give the access to the authorized people who has the account. That means only people who have the credentials, who are authorized, should be able to access. Not everybody, not everybody else. Yes or no? That means we have to ensure we should have certain kind of security controls so that only authorized people should be able to come inside, should be able to access your network and devices, servers, storage, database, whatever it is. Only authorized people. Yes or no? And also we have to ensure not only inbound connection, only inbound traffic, we also have to ensure only the authorized connections are going out. Yes or no? हिंदी में एक कहावत है, घर का भेदी लंका ढाए. Means we have to secure our network from inside threat as well. Not only outside threat. Yes or no? Threat will not only come from outside. There are inside threat. 73% as per the various surveys, 73% threats are being initiated from inside threat. 73% attacks are being initiated by the inside threat or with the help of inside threat, intentionally or unintentionally. Sometimes people are unaware that they're helping attacker. And sometimes even they're aware with the some because of some money, they may help. They are helping some competitor. Attack does not mean that database does not mean that okay, some attacker will come and they will do compromise and they will steal the information. Cyber breach database can be in any form. Maybe you are the employee of the company. You are working for one of the company. I'm the competitor company of that company, right? I know that you are working for one of the critical project and same project I am also working. I need to have some design information from this company. I know that you are working. What happened? Is it for everybody?
Network issue from your end.
Okay. Is it fine now?
Audio video was gone for some time.
Is it fine? Is it fine now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Fine, sir.
Okay, let me know immediately, because what happens is when I shifted this office, network connection was fine. That's the reason I have not put the cable actually. This is what happened in the Wi-Fi connection, signal drop. You know, Wi-Fi is here only. We have full connection. Sometime packet drop will happen. That's the reason we should rely on the cable connection. It's good, right? Right now? Good, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I was telling?
Right, sir.
What I was telling? Competitor, right? I can reach out to the employee of the company which is working for particular project. I can give some, I can ask you to give some bribe, some money. Okay, send me the code. Send me some information. I'll give this much of money. Who don't want the money? Maybe possible that he may not be the
So same issue
loyal
happening.
of the company.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Hello. Sir.
Network issue is happening again and again.
Okay. Hold down. I thought you are saying same issue with your company also. Is it fine?
Fine, sir.
Let
Fine.
me know. Let me know.
Yeah,
Again,
fine, sir.
what happens.
Okay,
What
thank you.
happens? Let me know. Okay, so I was telling that this may happen, right? This is called an inside threat. May possible that some critical information somebody may send out to personal use. Yes or no? So we have certain security controls so that we can control the inside threats also. Yes or no? You know Ramayana, right? From that kahavat is going on, Ghar ka Vaidi Lanka Dhai, because Vibhishan knows everything, right? Your internal employee knows everything. Where the information, what is the information which is useful, right? They know the in and out of your network, the data, your information. That's the reason it's very important to ensure the security of your data from the insider threat as well. We should have certain kind of security controls to monitor the insider our own employees' activities. Yes, we can't trust. Yes, so business do not run on trust. Yes or no? Some people are telling that, Sulabh, please share me the recordings. I will not share to anyone. I told you, right? Day one recordings are not being shared after this free session for initial theoretical session. The reason is not that the same reason, right? I understand you will not share, but out of 100 people, some people will share, right? You can't trust because business do not run on trust. There will be some people or maybe a single people who may trust. So business run on that way only. You can't trust even on your internal employee. Yes or no? So we should have this kind of security controls to monitor the internal, your insider threat. That means your internal employees' activities, what they are doing on the internet, what they are accessing, what email they are forwarding. Means each and every information we are monitoring. We'll understand in further session what website they are accessing, how much time they are, what if they are downloading any file which are high in size, we'll monitor and we'll get an alert. If they're sending any emails to any unsolicited or any unknown email address, any email they're sending personal emails such as Gmail, Hotmail, we will monitor. Such kind of many activities we are monitoring for our internal employees. Get in mind, if they are accessing VPN from multiple locations frequently time, or which is abnormal, we're monitoring such activities. Such kind of activities might be our internal employee, they themselves are doing it, and sometime their account might have been compromised. Or sometime they might have shared their credential to somebody else. That is also illegal activities, violation of policies. Yes or no? That means we have to monitor, you understood? We have to monitor the inbound and outbound. That means insider and outsider, both threat we have to monitor. Understand? When you are connected to the internet, yes or no? That means we have to have security controls. Understand? Clear? See, there are three ways of compromise. Basically, main three ways of compromise of any system which is connected to the network. There are main three ways of compromise. One is through USB. Any malware, viruses, data thefts will happen through USB. USB drive, pen drive, you know, right? Means your laptop, you are having a laptop, you can take the backup of your drive data, or maybe the pen drive that you have inserted, USB drive you have inserted has the malware. Maybe system will get infected with malware, right? Second, through web. Through web means through internet web. Maybe you have access to the any website. You access any website, from there you downloaded any malware. System will get infected. I'm explaining both the scenario, either system compromise or data exfiltration, means sending some data. If I'm talking about the compromise through website, you access some website which looks like legitimate, valid, but you download some software which was actually malware. Yes or no? And the system got compromised. So second was the web. And if you talk about data transfer, maybe you uploaded some data through Google Drive, box.com. through file sharing website. So data exfiltration through web. Third is through email. Through emails. Through how? Through emails. Both the scenarios. Data exfiltration also means sending critical data, company proprietary data, classified information to outside through emails, as well as compromise of the system is also through email. Maybe you will receive an email which look like legitimate email, but actually phishing email. You won the lottery, or you have got an email that you have got a job offer, or you got an email that your IT administrator wants you to reset your password because your password has been expired. Reset it within 2 hours. Otherwise, your network access will be blocked. Use the below link. Now, once you click on the link, it asks you to enter your current password, username and password, and new password. Means you have given your credentials. So they will ask you, those are phishing emails. Sometimes they will ask you some critical information, sometimes credentials, sometimes they will ask you to transfer some money. Yes or no? Sometimes they will have malware file attachment. You open it and your system will get compromised. There are multiple times of such kind of attacks. Get a point? And data also you can transfer through emails, right? These are 3 ways. Ideally, many of the company, they'll block the USB access. Understand? So majority of the time, we have to monitor these 2. What are those? Web and email.
Email.
There are devices that we are talking about further, using which we can monitor, we can block, we can monitor which user is accessing what website, we can block it also, and we can also monitor which email you can send, which email you cannot send, should be blocked. Such kind of activities can be monitored. As well as if it is been delivered also, who has sent, to whom it has been sent, that also we can see the activities using those devices. But still, 100% security is not achievable. That's the reason we guys are here. Still, even the company which have a very robust security, still those companies are being compromised because 100% security is not achievable. Understand? Understand? We guys are going to be the part of SOC team. Before going ahead and understand the responsibility of SOC, let's understand the cyber security. Being the part of cyber security team has to follow this standard that is called CIA.
Confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Availability.
Right. CIA. Cyber security, the objective of cyber security is to follow CIA. If I am the part of cyber security, that means I have to ensure the CIA. Confidentiality, integrity, and
Availability.
availability. Confidentiality means the data should remain confidential. The data should remain confidential. The data should only be, only be accessible to the authorized people, and should be confidential for other people, right? Only should be accessible for authorized people only. Should be accessible only to authorized people, not by the other people. Right? So that's the responsibility of cyber security team to ensure that the data should remain confidential, should remain private. Yes, should not be exposed. Yes or no? There is something called a classification of the data. In a company, generally, some company will have the data classification. This data is confidential. This data is proprietary. This data is classified information. This data is normal. So based on that, accessibility is being defined. Any data which is confidential should only, for example, this is a PCI information, payment card industry information. Only this certain people should have access to, not all other people. Yes or no? So we have to ensure that only these authorized set of people should have access to, not other people. Yes or no? So the data should remain confidential all the time. Unauthorized people should not be able to access the confidential data. Understand? So that is called as confidentiality. If data is not confidential anymore, right? That is called as compromised. That means data has been compromised. Yes or no? For example, your credit card, debit card information. That will PCI information. PCI means you will heard this word. You'll hear this word PCI. Payment card industry information. Such as your debit card, credit card information, CVV information, such as your username, password of your net banking, and that's all. Credit card, debit card information, user ID, password. That is called a PCI information, which are related to a payment industry. Get a mind? PII, personal identification information, such as your Aadhaar card information, personal identification. You're being identified with your Aadhaar card, right? Your PAN card, SSN number in USA, social security number, SSN number, right? That is called as personal identification number. These are confidential information, should not be shared. In companies, executive salaries, big people salaries, executive salary in medical, for example, medical VIP people, their medical histories. These are confidential information. Sometimes you'll see, right, some compromise happen and many executives' health information has been revealed over the internet, right? That means the compromise happen. Data which should be confidential is no more confidential, has been exposed on the internet. That means data breach. Yes, sir? Understand? That means no more confidential means compromise. So being a part of cybersecurity, we have to ensure that the data should remain confidential. Understand? That is such thing. Second thing is integrity. ICIA, right? Second is integrity. Integrity means we have to ensure that the data should remain intact. Intact means should not be manipulated. Integrity means full imandari. Imandari means should not be changed, should not be manipulated, right? If, for example, if it is 1, 2, 3 written, then it should be 1, 2, 3 only. Sometimes attacker may change the meaning 4, 5, 6. Means what is written in the data, same form, same format, same thing, should not be manipulated. Otherwise, complete meaning will get changed, right? Same form, same way, same meaning, right? Data should not be changed. Understand? Means data should remain intact. Integrity should be maintained. Understand? Get your mind? Means data should be on same form, same format, same way, same place. Understand? Means data should be intact.
Yes,
Understand?
sir.
That is called as integrity. Data should be confidential, integrity intact, and second is availability. That is also responsibility of cybersecurity. In your that data should be available all the time, accessible all the time to the legitimate people, authorized people. Should be available. Availability has to be meant. For example, Flipkart server, Flipkart application, right? Accessible business application. If it is down, right, people will not be able to access. Business down. We have to ensure that if the part of cybersecurity, we have to ensure that Flipkart should be available all the time for all users. Yes or no? That's called as availability. If out of 3 anything is have problem, that means that is called a breach or compromised. Out of 3 anything is not perfect, we call as breach or compromised. Understand? CIA. That is called CIA triage. Triage पढ़ते हैं ना उसको? Triage. CIA triage. पूछ लो, sometime interview ask. What is CIA? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So this is what we have to follow. CIA. Anything is not met, that means compromise. Understand? Clear?
Yes, sir.
CIA, yes.
So sometimes your video is paused sometimes.
What?
Is
Is it for everybody?
So your video paused.
Is it for everyone?
It was for a fraction of second, Sulabh, not
Yes.
continuous.
Acha. If it is for more, then let me know. Because I think otherwise I have to disconnect and reconnect. If it is more, we can't move it ahead, then let me know, because I will have to disconnect and reconnect then.
Okay.
Is it workable or not?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's
It's
fine now.
okay.
Completely fine.
Okay.
Okay. If it is not workable, then I'll have to maybe restart my system and then, okay. Okay, CIE, okay. Got it, right? Now, in this, see, there are so many teams to meet this criteria, CIA. Within cybersecurity, there are various teams. You have governance team, GRC team, you have identity and access management team, vulnerability management, penetration testing, SOC team. SOC team is one of the team on which you are going to work. The whole criteria, data classification, whether you have various controls or not, security devices or not, we are following the compliance created by government or not, whether we have any weaknesses on the network devices, security device or servers or not, whether any internal weaknesses which attacker can take the advantage, that is done by penetration testing. So there are various teams we have coming under cybersecurity. SOC team is one of the team within cybersecurity. Get your point? We are going to be part of SOC within cybersecurity. Get your point? So what
Yes.
SOC team does, I'm going to, we'll move it further after explaining this. What SOC team does, SOC team will be the central team, centralized team set of people sitting and keeping an eye across whole network. You'll be the part of here only somewhere. I'm just drawing it here, but you will keep an eye across whole network. Whole network. Hello? Hello, yes?
Yes, sir.
One moment.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Audible.
Sorry. This is a SOC team. SOC team is responsible to keep an eye across whole network, to monitor what is coming inside, what is going inside. You understand, right? We are connected to the internet. You understand? USB is almost blocked. USB is almost blocked. ये कौन start कर देता है यार ये? Who is doing this? Who is doing? Who was presenting? I will block everybody presenting. I will block him from the meeting. What are we still link? Huh. What I was telling? I was telling you this SOC team.
Yeah.
SOC team is going to monitor the whole security posture. What is coming inside? I was telling you the most of the time USB is blocked. USB is blocked, right? You are connected to the public network, right? USB is mostly blocked. So there is no chances from any viruses or any data transfer using USB. That means through emails and through web. Means through internet only. Yes or no? Means something will go and something will come. That is what you have to monitor. means inbound and outbound. Yes or no? So SOC team will monitor the whole communication, what is coming and what is going. Who is accessing what, who is sending what, who is receiving what kind of communication is coming in, what kind of communication is going out in form of emails, in form of web, what website you're accessing, if anybody is logging in multiple times, login failed, login successful, any server down, critical server down. So many different activities we are going to monitor. Any unusual activities which are not usual happening sometime, abnormal activities. Yes or no? For example, multiple emails sent by this user to outside within short period of time, abnormal. One of the user has sent multiple emails to internal multiple users, abnormal activities. Yes or no? Some communication is coming in from the IP address, but IP address blacklisted. IP address. Yes or no? Such kind of communication we are going to monitor here 24/7. You know what happens? We are going to have like router switches. Apart from that, what happened?
Mistakenly, it was unmuted, sir.
Huh?
Mistakenly, it was unmuted, sir. I don't have any intention to unmute. Mistakenly, it was unmuted.
Arey yaar. Make sure that you are in mute. So what I was telling?
We can monitor.
Yeah, discuss karo. Next time if you do it, I'll remove from meeting. If anybody forget to meet, I'll have to, because I may get diverted. When I'm in the flow, if we make disturbance.
SOC team will work 24/7.
24/7.
So I was telling you, many of the such abnormal activities, we will monitor as a part of SOC team, right? What is coming inside, what is going outside, we will monitor from here. Get it, mind? Something which is, I know, because we are working 24/7, we know that what is normal, what is abnormal. Any abnormal activity found, we'll investigate, we'll analyze and check. Sometime we may not be able to understand, then we'll check with the various teams. We'll have other devices also. We are going to talk about in further session like firewall, IPS, IDS, different security devices. Sometimes these security devices will block the activities themselves. Get a point? Understand? Sometimes they may not be able to decide and they may not block. In that case, we have to take the action. Yes or no? So there are various security devices already in the network, which we are going to talk about further. There are various devices which are already there in the network, which will block certain activities. But these are security devices, not are the human. Certain times there will be some activities, but these devices may not be able to understand it's suspicious activity. They may not be able to block it.
I think that today you have connectivity issue.
Acha. It is. Just hold down a moment. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Okay, hold down a moment. Let me disconnect and reconnect. 5G connect to ho gaya. And now it is better. Now I think now it will not happen.
Yes, sir.
Now if it happens, then let me know. I have disconnected from other network. It was actually getting switched from one network to another network automatically. Now it is better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me know in case
Yes, sir.
again it is problem. Then let me know. So so what I was telling you that we have various security devices. We had various security devices, but sometimes those security devices may not be able to take the action because they may not be able to know whether it's suspicious activity or not, and they may not be able to block it. That's the reason we guys are here to monitor 24/7, right? We cannot rely on the typical security devices all the times. We have security guards, right, in the company. Still, we have central CCTV surveillance team which monitors, because security guards are not everywhere. Sometimes somebody is coming by jumping the boundaries. Security team, search monitoring team, BMS team, surveillance team monitoring everywhere. Then sending security guards to catch him. Yes or no? Same work is done by SOC team here. Monitoring everywhere, finding a threat, then blocking further on the security. For example, firewall. Firewall allowed. We are monitoring, then blocking further on the firewall because firewall allowed it already. Then BMS team, CCTV surveillance team, sending security guard to catch him. Yes or no? Now you understand, right? CCTV is deployed everywhere because we can't rely always on security guards are very much required. But now CCTV also required to record and to take the action further, right? Similarly, we have SOC team. So SOC team, see, by having CCTV, we can minimize the chances of such activities. Yes or no? Because CCTV, we have monitored 24/7 each and every activity. Similarly, SOC team, we monitor the whole security posture, whole activities 24/7. Get it, mind? If any abnormal activity is found, we can take the action. Or in case of any attack happen, for example, it is not certain that every attack before happen, you may come to know. Certain times, maybe attack may happen and compromise may happen. But if we have SOC team, if compromise happen, then you may come to know. And if others, for example, one system compromise, you may come to know. And before other system got compromised, you may take the action, you may block it. The security operations team, SOC team ensure that if compromise happen, the impact of the compromise should be minimal. You understand? One system compromise, if SOC team is not there, then other system, multiple big compromise will happen. But if SOC team is there, they will come to know and they will take the action, they will block it. They will take further action and further compromise will not happen, less impact will happen. Yes or no? If less impact means less cost of remediation to fix. If one system compromise, the cost of fixing that compromise will be less. If multiple system got compromised, the cost of fixing remediation cost will be higher. Yes or no? SOC teams ensure that the impact of the compromise should be minimal and resulting the cost of the remediation, cost of fixing the problem should be minimal. Yes or no? The SOC team is centralized team which monitor the network whole security posture 24/7 for real-time threats. In case of any malicious activity found, they do the investigation, they do the analysis, and they take the action certain time, but not all the time they have option to take the action themselves because they are dependent on various teams because not every devices are under their ownership to take the action. So they have, for example, firewall related to block the IP in the firewall, they have to assign the keys to firewall team to block it. If any system has to be isolated, removed from the network, they have to assign to desktop team. Yes or no? So different cases, they may have to raise the case to different team for further action. Understand? So that is the work we are going to do as a part of SOC team. Understand? So what happens is each and every devices in the network, in the digital network, are going to record the activities in the form of logs. As of now, we talk about network device, security device, and in the servers and all, Windows and all, right? We are going to talk about further devices also to secure the network. In further session now, we are going to talk about other devices to secure the network. Then further we'll understand that those security devices are not enough. Security guards are not enough to secure the network. Then we'll talk about the SOC team further. Understand? Clear? Yes.
Sir, SOC team will work all about the log, but
Right.
how do I distinguish the security log and network log. What type of log security team will monitor? Is there any principle or is there any checklist?
Any logs which has certain security concern, right? We call as security logs.
So knock and sock is different, right?
Knock and SOC team is different. Knock and SOC team is different. Knock team generally monitor performance related log, hard disk utilization, CPU utilization, memory utilization, performance related log, knock log generally. Knock team generally monitor. Okay.
Is there any is is there any checklist to distinguish the log
Yes.
for?
See, let me tell you that knock team
Yeah.
is to ensure that all the systems are running fine. A knock team is mostly a team which ensure that all system, server, applications are running fine without any problem. Will ensure that memory utilization, CPU utilization, disk utilization, this kind of performance related logs they are going to monitor. This server hard disk utilization is 90%. They will send an email. Team, this particular server is 90% memory utilization. Falls under your ownership. Kindly check into this. They will check and revert. If again you file the alert, again you will take the follow. This is the word of knock team. Being a SOC team, we don't do that. We do it. We monitor the log which has certain security concern. Security concern in the sense which is unauthorized. We see certain kind of abnormal activities, suspicious activities that we monitor. Understand?
Yes, sir, I understand. But additional asking on that, if in a small organization, if we include knock and SOC in under
Possible.
one team, is there any confliction?
It is possible, maybe possible that one company may include both knock and SOC together.
सर आप जो ईमेल और वो फायरवॉल वाला एग्जांपल दे रहे थे उसमें अटैकर मतलब आईपी स्पूफ करके ईमेल स्पूफ करके भी नेटवर्क में घुस जाता है
We will talk further. I am going to talk about the email, firewall, and every device. I just given the brief information. We'll talk about these devices here.
Sir, threat hunting is the part of SOC team or any other team is taking care of it?
See, what happens is threat hunting is the part of SOC team only. It depends, but it depends. Big companies like a recruiter is the part of SOC team, HR. Recruiter is a HR, right?
Right.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You are having HR also, which process the salary also. That is also HR.
It's a part of HR.
Fine.
Yes.
Similarly, threat hunter is a recruiter, you can say, one role. So in big companies where you have a lot of devices, lot of logs are coming in, right? Lot of alerts are being monitored. So in SOC team also multiple teams. SOC team, engineering team, administration team, and platform management team. You have a threat hunting team. Means different team have been assigned different work.
So basically, they are having multiple team and they have segregated the task accordingly.
That is the reason. Recruitment in a small company, recruitment also is done by same team. Operations also same team, like that.
And every operation is taken care by the same team.
Right.
Oh, got it.
So now let's understand. I hope you guys have watched the video TCP and UDP. I had explained the scenario which I am going to explain it again now because you will not understand the session if you have not that watched the video. That's the reason I'm explaining again now how the communication happen on the digital network. How the communication happen on the digital network, right? You understand? You know, if you watch the video, communication in the digital network happens in the form of
Packets.
Right? Communication happens in the digital network in the form of
Packet.
Packet. And packet is having how many parts?
Two parts.
Two parts, header and
Data.
Data.
data, right? We also call sometimes payload, right? Header and, for example, if this particular system having the IP address 199.0.2.100, I want to access this particular system having IP address कुछ नया नहीं है 197.0.2.20. Okay, this system wants to access this particular system, right? So you know what? So communication happens in the form of packet, right? Packets are having two parts. What are those? Header and data. Header contains the control information. Header contains the control information. That means control means address from where the packet has come, where the packet has to go. While data contains the actual data which is being transferred or what is being requested. Sometimes you will request, so request command will be there, and sometimes you are sending then actual data which is being forwarded, that will be there. Understand? Yes or no? It is being same as letter you want to transfer. You want to transfer letter from Mumbai to Bangalore. Yes or no? Mumbai to Bangalore. In envelope, you keep the address. In address, you keep right on the. Then only postman will understand. Courier guy will understand. Yes or no? So courier guy will understand by reading the envelope. Same as header. From where the letter has come, where the letter has to go. That means source and destination information. So source information means your name and your address. Name and address, right? And destination address means. So you tell me one thing. You tell me one thing. When you are sending the letter, you are mentioning, for example, your name is Ankit. Ankit is sending the letter to Deepak, right? Ankit is from Mumbai and Deepak is in Bangalore, right? He mentioned Deepak name to Deepak, and Deepak is in Bangalore. He'll mention his address. So why he is mentioning his name? He would have just mentioned his address, right? His home address. Why he is mentioning his name also? He would have mentioned address itself.
Reach the right person.
He would have mentioned his address itself, right? His home address. Why he is mentioning his name also?
To make sure the packet
To
will
make sure the
to
packet will
particular
receive to the
person.
right person or
To the
unique
right
person.
person.
For identification of the
Right person. Because there might be possibility that in his home address, there might be multiple people. Packets should letters should reach to the right person, should be given to the right person, because in his home there might be possible there are multiple persons. That's the reason it is important. Yes or no? While sender name is Ankit and his address. For courier guy, whether Ankit has sent or Shravan has sent does not matter. The courier came from Mumbai, it is matter to him, but it does not matter whether Ankit has sent or Shravan has sent. Yes or no? Similar thing happens on the digital communication. Same thing happens on the digital communication. Address will be written in the header, and address in the digital communication is IP address. What will be recorded? Address means source IP address. यार बहुत खतरनाक है ये पेन, बहुत महंगा है और एक टूट जाता है तो मिलता नहीं है ये ये नॉक खराब हो जाती है इसकी और ऐसे ही गिरता है ये। सो एड्रेस मीन्स फ्रॉम वेयर द पैकेट हैज कम, सोर्स मीन्स योर एड्रेस, इसका एड्रेस है योर्स, हाँ योर एड्रेस, एंड वेयर द पैकेट इज कमिंग गोइंग योर एड्रेस, get it, mind? Source IP address, destination IP address that will record in the packet, and name will be recorded as port. Name will be called as port. Source port and destination port. So you can see where the letter is going. That person name is important. Yes or no? So in the communication also, destination port is important, not source port. So destination port is important, means to what is the name of the person where the letter is going, that is important. So when the communication happen, generally we consider destination port, not the source port. For example, so it has been captured as source IP equal to this one, destination IP equal to this one, and destination port is equal to, for example, 443, and source port equal to 4563. This is the destination port and this is the source port. Get in mind? So what happens is, this is the destination IP and this is the destination port. Understand? So packet will go to this system and on this destination port. Understand? Get in mind? So this destination port matlab means in this system there are multiple ports. That means in your home there are multiple person maybe. So on which particular port the packet will go on? 443. Then we understand your home multiple people. That means, are there multiple? What do you mean by port then? In the digital communication, in your home, multiple people understand. But what do you mean a port in the system? Everybody on the same page? What I'm explaining right now? So what happens is, in particular system, whenever you understand server, last class, server, last you watched right homework, server, I was telling you, server. So any server or system, right? You deploy any application. You know what happens? For example, I want to make my website live, SIEMexpert.com. SIEMexpert.com here, SIEMexpert.com. I deploy on the server. You understand, right? Why I deploy in the server? Because server has the capability to run 24/7. Our desktop and laptop are normal use. We can't run them 24/7. Yes or no? They don't have capability. In detail, I have explained you in that video why. Okay. So SIEMexpert.com. So SIEMexpert, for example, IP address I have assigned 197.0.2.20. Once I deploy this website on this particular server, that means SIEMexpert.com address is this IP address only. Now I have deploy another website. For example, worldsec.tech.com on the same server. Then what will be the address of this website? What will be the address of this website? Same address.
It would be the same, but we can map to subdomain.
Subnet.
No. Same address only.
Yeah, same
That
address
is
only.
what
Address would be same.
No, that is what I'm trying to tell you that. That is what I'm trying to tell. When you have multiple application, but having same address, that means you also living on the same home. He also living in the same home. He is also living in the same home. Everybody have same address. Then everybody has same address. You are being identified by your unique name. Yes
Port
or no?
number.
Similarly, every host, every servers, every digital devices are having 65,000. How many ports?
535.
735 or 635. कितना? 535. 6,500. 65,000.
65,000 plus.
65,500 35. Every digital devices are having these many ports. So what happens is, whenever we deploy any application, IP address will remain same. Then we have to map with particular port. Get it? Particular port. Okay, this application I am mapping with 443 port number. Get it? So any packet, any communication happen to this IP address on this port number, then this application will listen. Then communication will reach to this application. If this application have assigned port number, for example, 80, then any packet will come to this IP address and port number 80, then this application will listen. Understand? Get it? That is how we can discriminate further based on the port number. Understand? In same host, there might be multiple different application. Conflict will happen with the same address. Then we can discriminate based on the port numbers. Understand? Clear? Yes. Clear, right? So now,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Sir,
yes,
how
yes.
to define port numbers and also
How to define?
like configure or something port numbers.
Where?
This application is this port number. This
So
application is this port number.
when we are deploying the application, right? When any application we are installing, deploying, it asks us on which port number you want to listen. You want to deploy this application. Get it? So we have to configure the port number.
Okay, sir. And that sender, how we know the port number?
Sender. So what happens is, normal sender will not come to know. Mute mic again. Mute mic. Lot of noise from your end. What happens is, that is again a concern. That is again a concern. For example, SIEM expert. SIEM expert. That's a good question. Even I was supposed to explain you because you'll get confused otherwise. How will I come to know anybody? Which port number I have to send the packet? Yes or no? Because you are my friend right now. You are my friend. I know that your name is Deepak. But when I am sending the letter to a unknown person, how will I come to know your address? I know, but how will I come to know no name? Means I know SIEMexpert.com, but how will I come to know the port? That is a big challenge. I access any random website, I will come to know port number on which it is hosted. Yes or no? Get your point? So, for example, if I deploy a SIEMexpert.com here and on port number 456, so how anybody will come to know access this IP address port number 456? Yes or no? It means on which port number I have to send the packet 456. It's a problem. So what happens is, INA has standardized the port. For internet uses, INA has standardized the port number. Certain port number on internet or on the internet should be fixed for certain services. Get it, mind? For example, website, HTTPS, you see, right? You understand HTTPS? Website which are HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS. You see, SIEMexpert.com, HTTPS. Colon double slash, sorry. Yes. HTTPS colon double slash SIEMexpert.com. It is HTTPS website, right? Once I sign HTTPS, SIEMexpert.com, by default, what is the port number of HTTPS? Anybody?
443.
443.
Once you type HTTPS, your browser will understand HTTPS port number is 443 and traffic will route to port number 443, and any publicly accessible website, everybody will deploy on 443 only. Get your mind? That is standard and fixed port number for public HTTPS website. If you deploy your website on any other port number, those websites will not be accessible by other people. Otherwise, you have to tell people, I have not deployed my website on 443, access on 8080. Other people will not be accessing your website. You have to ensure that you deploy on 443 only, otherwise your website will not be accessible. Because by default, browser will redirect HTTPS on 443 only. But you have the option to configure some other port number. For example, I have deployed on 843. If you want to access, then https://SIEMexpert.com:8443 you have to specifically define the browser. Then only it will redirect to this one. Otherwise, automatically, after writing this, it will redirect to 443. Understand? All the website by default, everybody will deploy on 443 only HTTPS. Otherwise, people will not be able to access. So these are standard port number 443 for HTTPS. What is the port number for HTTP? HTTP?
443.
8080.
For HTTP?
80.
80, sir.
80. If I see the communication, if I see on the communication, because there will be various devices which will record the logs, right? If I see destination port number is 80, I will understand somebody is accessing. Mute your mic, please. Mute your mic. I will understand if I see the logs on the you understand, right? These device will record the activity in the form of logs, right? If I see somebody accessing a website or some communication is happening and destination port number is 80, we'll understand somebody is accessing a website, HTTP website. If I see port number is 443, we'll understand website is HTTPS. Somebody accessing the website on HTTPS. Source port number can be anything because source port number is not fixed. Every communication is random port number it captures. Get in mind? Destination port number defines the service. Get in mind? Any packet is being travels, use the destination port number and understand what communication it is. Source port number will be random every time, more than 1024. Any random port number. Understand? Based on destination port number, understand what communication it is. For example, if I see the packet means logs, this packet will record in the form of logs. These devices will record the logs, right? If I see the logs and port number is 25, destination port number is 25, what does it mean?
Email communication.
SMTP.
The SMTP port number, that means somebody has sent an email. This port number is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Email port number means somebody from this particular source IP to this particular destination IP has sent an email. Based on port number, I will understand it's a mail communication. Understand? If I see the port number is 23, then somebody is doing the telnet. So various type of services. These are first port telnet. If I do 22 means somebody doing SSH or SFTP file transfer. SSH 20 or 21 for SFT for FTP.
FTP.
Right. So there are various different port number which are standard port number, reserve port number for these services. If I see the destination port number, I understand what communication it is. Yes or no? So this is homework for you. You have to remember, you have to learn well-known port numbers. This is a frequently asked questions. Interview asks, what is the port number for SMTP? What is the port number for FTP? What is the port number for DNS? DNS port number means when you access the website, the browser will send the query to the DNS server. On which port number it send the query to DNS? Anybody knows?
53,
right?
53.
So the homework is well-known port numbers. Google search well-known port numbers and remember, because we do the investigation analysis, right, of the logs, that time we analyze based on the port number to understand what kind of communication it is. So being a SOC analyst, when we do on a daily basis, we remember it. It's expected.
Sir, all those are the physical ports or logical only?
Virtual port.
Okay.
Physical, physical generally 2 ports will be there, 1 to 2 ports. In your generally in your laptop, you have 1 Ethernet port, right? 1 Ethernet port. In server and all, you have 2 Ethernet ports. Ethernet port, right? But these are virtual port number. 65,535. These are virtual port numbers. Okay, not physical. Every digital device are having these many port numbers.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, just like you have deployed your server on port number 443 for SIEMexpert.com.
Right.
If someone has also deployed same name, just like SIEMexpert.com on 443, then how can we exactly identify the SIEMexpert is owned by Sulabh Mishra? How can we well know that which one is legitimate for you or us?
Let me tell you that. You know what happens? If in one server, for example, the IP is 197.0.2.100, for example, you deploy one application on port number, for example, 443. So total you have 65,535 port number, right? You deploy on this particular port number. Then this particular port number 443 has been blocked for this particular application. Now, no other application you can deploy on the same port number. No. It will give the error that this particular port number is already in use. You can configure any other free port number. Understand? Clear? Answer your question?
Not, sir, not exactly, not clear.
What I'm saying is, you can't deploy two applications on the same port. So if I have
with same name.
No, not same name. On same server. On one server, you can't deploy two applications, more than one application on the same port.
Oh.
That mind, if 443 port number is already in used, you can't deploy any other application on the same port number. Get mind? Clear?
Yes, clear, sir. Thank you.
So this is already, there is a command, I think netstat command. Netstat command you can run and you can check which all port number are free. In machine netstat command you can run to see which all port number are open, means freely available right now, not in use. But of course, two website you can run, but if normal application you want to use for any random port, any other port number, so you can see which all port numbers are available right now on your system. That you mean? But two application you can't run on the same port number. Okay, because once you bind this port number, it will block for particular application. Okay, you can't use more than one application on the same port number.
Sulabh, question.
As you said, these are the virtual ports. Then how we can assign those numbers?
How we can? Your mic has the
problem. As you said, if these are the virtual ports, then how we can assign those numbers?
How can we assign those numbers to virtual ports?
It's available virtual in the system.
No, these are the numbers are virtual. So, as you said, it is a virtual. Then how do we get to know that these are the free numbers available at, or who is there to get to know that these are the free numbers available?
Every operating
basically ports are the basic standards. There are some standard ports which is already sir said, and apart from it, you can customize that your own. There are some limitation like 65,000. In between you can define your own ports as well as, and according to your application you can bind those particular ports into the application, and accordingly that application will be available you to access. Correct me if I am wrong, sir.
See, what happens is your hardware and your operating system has been designed to work. See, what happens is your INA has defined the standard. The 65,535 port number can be used. So operating system and hardware has been designed to support those many port numbers, right? So because as per the standard, every operating system has to follow the standard, right? So you can use the port number within the given series, given the range. Okay, so any application you define, you have to define the port number. Which port number the traffic will go, which port number traffic is going to use. application itself has the functionality to define the port numbers. When you develop a port number, either you are developed port number or you bought the application from somebody, right? It will give the way on which port number the application is going to use. Okay, clear? Clear?
Not sir. My question is, where do we get that list of that codes? In a software itself, or in a or just we have to
not list of port number. See, you don't need to get from anywhere. You have to keep in mind that every operating system, every digital device itself have 65,535 port number as per the standard defined. Every operating system has it. Okay, you are not going to get the list. Just you have to check it out. Your operating system right now has which all port number available right now. Get my point? This is not something that, okay, it's a functionality. It's not a functionality. It's a standard. Every digital device are having those port numbers. If you are not using it right now within the system, it might be free. So you can run the command netset command to check which all port number are free right now, and you can use it for any of the application. Okay. Okay, that's enough for understanding perspective.
Sir, this 443 is public access, no? All public access websites like Facebook or Google, HTTP, those are 443 only, sir?
Of course, it will be 443. If they will not deploy in 443,
it's a different IP address.
Then people will get confused, right? You'll not be able to access, because by default browser, once you type HTTPS, by default route to 443 port number, right? If you deploy in any other port number, then browser will not be able to redirect on to Facebook. That's the reason all publicly HTTPS application should be deployed on port number 443. If you are not deploying your application on port number 443, then your website will not be accessible. Then you have to deploy after your website port number, your port number, customized port number, right? That's the reason these are the standard use, standard defined application port number for public use. Okay, well-known port number like DNS, right? HTTP, HTTPS, these are standard port number. Okay, well-known port number.
One question. So
for your internal, see what happens is, for your internal website, internal communication, you can define any application with any port number, because that is your internal website, right? For example, your internal website for internal user. You can tell your user, okay, access the website on this port number. After website, define port number. Or you might not go domain name also. Just give the IP address and port number. It's your internal use, right? But publicly, people do the Google search and get the website. They will not come to know which port number it is, right? So make sure that you have to use the standard port number. Otherwise, your website will not be accessible. Yes or no? Internal application you can't use for any port number, but publicly applications should be used on standard port number only. Clear?
Sulabh, question here.
Yes.
For secure file transfer between one application to another application, I'm talking about anything inbound and outbound from outside or inside, right? What exactly we do in the whitelisting?
What?
Whitelisting. Basically, before we connect to two systems from Mumbai to Bangalore, if you have to send a packet, right, payload, right, and you are connecting to an inbound company network to send a packet, right, we need to also ensure there's a whitelisting been done, right?
What whitelisting?
The whitelisting of IPs.
Right now, I'm not talking about security. Right now, I'm talking about only communication. Once I come on security, then we talk about this. Right now, I'm talking about how communication is happening. Then we'll talk about how to secure it. Right now, I'm talking about how communication happen on the digital communication.
Okay. Thanks,
Port came in the picture. So that's the reason I was talking about what is port number, header and data. You understand, right? So now header contains source IP, destination IP address, source port number and destination. You understand? Destination port number is important. If I'm sending the destination port is 443, means website. means somebody accessing the website. If destination port number is 25, means somebody is accessing sending the email. Yes or no? If destination port number 53, means it's a DNS request. Somebody accessing the website, but before accessing website, it is resolving the DNS to get the IP address of the website. Yes or no? So destination port defines what kind of communication it is. Yes or no? Doing the investigation, while being a SOC team, while we are analyzing the log threat hunting, we analyze, okay, we are seeing a lot of communication from this particular IP address going to this particular destination or port number, this one unknown port number. So let's dig down how many total communication. Oh, this is, let me do what is the use of this particular port number, because this is a higher end port number 1560. This is not very well known port number. Let me do some Google. Oh, this is a malware port number. So means we understand based on the port number, we check the IP reputation and everything. So we do this kind of analysis. Being a part of SOC team, we collect the evidence. We do the research over the internet, reputation, which company it belongs to, which country it belongs to, any very well-known activities, malicious activities belongs to this IP address or belongs to particular port number. Yes or no? So this kind of information we collect for further investigation. Get your point? So, get your point?
Sir, in other way, we can say that in digital communication, we need 5 tuple and 7 tuples. Is necessary.
I will not use those words. So, header and data. So, header contains the control information. That means source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and so on. Some other information, session information, and some other information, right? And data actually contains the actual data which is being transferred or which is being requested. Sometimes it can have a request command. For example, you click on any link, data is being requested. Yes or no? You click on link, it will go and you get the data image. What you click on, you get it to your system, right? So actually payload, what is data being forwarded or data being requested, it will contain the data part. Header and data means inside the envelope, actual letter. This is the actual letter. This is the envelope and this is the actual letter. Understand? But now the courier guys will take that, means your letter will go by some transport medium, rail or air transport like flight or through road transport. Similarly, transport medium in the digital communication, what are those transport medium? What do we call as transport? In the digital communication, how the this communication happen? The transport medium we call it transport protocol. Yes or no? Using transport, who will carry this data? Who will carry this packet from source to destination? Yes or no? Somebody should be there, right, to bring this packet from source to destination, isn't it? So who will carry?
TCP UDP.
Transport protocol. Protocols. Transport protocols. Transport protocols. So what are those transport protocols?
TCP, UDP.
TCP and
UDP.
UDP. TCP and UDP. You guys did not watch the video? Homework. TCP and UDP. Guys who did not watch the video, that means first question you got rejected. Who has not watched the video? TCP, UDP. Ram Dayal. Like in courier road transfer, like this transport medium, right, which carries your letter bring from source to destination. Similarly, in the digital communication transport protocol, which carries your data from source to destination, we call as protocol TCP or UDP. Any of the protocol we can use to transfer this communication TCP and UDP, right? So this whole, so we have to define if this application, when we are deploying, for example, we have defined whether our application is going to work on TCP or UDP. Whenever we are deploying application, that time we define the port number, for 3, for example, then we will define the port also, protocol also, TCP or UDP. Whenever we are configuring the port number, that time we have to configure protocol also, whether the communication of this application is going to happen on which particular protocol, TCP or UDP. TCP stands for
Transmission Control Protocol.
Transmission control.
Transmission
Control Protocol.
Control
Transfer protocol.
And UDP stands for
User
User
datagram
Datagram
protocol.
Protocol.
User
datagram protocol.
Datagram
Protocol.
Protocol, right? Transmission Control Protocol, TCP is reliable protocol, ensure that what data is being sent to the destination is being sent with full integrity, guaranteed delivery of data. The data which is being sent from destination, which will deliver guaranteed. It may delivered slowly, it may delivered late, but whenever it will be delivered, it will deliver full integrity and guaranteed delivery data. TCP. While UDP is the faster delivery protocol, but it's not a guaranteed delivery of data. TCP is guaranteed delivery of data, but it may be a slower delivery. But UDP is not a guaranteed delivery of data, but it can be a faster delivery of data. Understand? Because TCP use the acknowledge after sending every packet acknowledge, while UDP sending the data, do not bother whether destination has received it or not. Right? Sending. Do not bother whether destination is receiving or destination is up or not. Sometimes destination itself is down and sender is sending. Right? While in TCP, sender protocol ensure that destination is up. First, it establishes the connection to ensure that what I am sending, destination is able to receive, whether destination is listening or not, whether destination is up or not. If destination is not at all up, destination is not at all listening, then it will not start sending the data. And after every packet, it will wait for acknowledge. Then it sends the next packet. If acknowledge does not come, it will not send the further packet. Or it will resend the packet, same packet again, to ensure that the data which means sent is sent completely without any packet loss. That's the reason after so many acknowledge, because of so many acknowledge, for every packets, TCP is slower delivery, while because of no acknowledge, UDP is a faster delivery. Your WhatsApp call, internet call is a UDP or TCP?
UDP.
While your text, emails, text communication is a TCP. I have explained you complete detail on the video. Do watch it. Three-way handshake. What is three-way handshake in the UDP? You can make a note also because it's a frequently asked question. Okay. So we'll connect again on Monday for the next session. So do watch this videos. 3 homework that I have given. If you have not watched it, do watch it. Monday को watch कर ही लेना. ठीक. नहीं किया तो खैर नहीं फिर.
Sir, uses of UDP. Uses of UDP. Then we think UDP is not reliable for us. Then why we can use this port and where we can.
I had explained you in the video. When we need faster communication, we are fine with the packet drop. We use UDP. Where we need exact and no packet drop we can bear, we have to use
TCP.
In the video communication, live communication, see, I am having a live session. If any packet drop, it's fine, right? But live interaction is important. UDP. This communication we are happening on UDP, not TCP. You see any buffering in my session? No, right? Sometimes you will see the packet drop, but no buffering. But no buffering. No buffering. In TCP, we will see the buffering. Sometime slowness, but no buffering right now because it's a UDP.
It means we can see that UDP is only used for video conferencing.
Yes.
We can't see the word only. You should not say only. You should see when we are fine with the packet drop, but we need live interaction.
So what are the examples apart from video conferencing of UDP?
Audio calling, WhatsApp calling, audio calling, UDP.
Audio.
You got used to video gaming too, right?
Game is streaming.
Okay, guys. So, point of the day.
Sir, one more question. Actually, I have due to some surrounding noise, I didn't ask, sir. Sir, actually, you have said some protocols we can configure. So, common protocols we can configure because it's known to everybody, or it's known to like 443 or DNS. We can configure because if we reconfigure, then it's really hard to like connect, or we have to specify that. Some uncommon ports which are not on a daily use. So if you want to configure that, because if it is a known port, then it is accessible, it is known to everybody, whether it is bad people or the good people. So bad people can harm through that port. So if we want to change that port, so how is there any class we will explain that how we can change those ports as well?
Change means what?
Like if we want to change the port number.
Means what you want to change?
Any kind of uncommon ports, like there is like suppose the RDP, we want to change the port number.
Let me tell you that out of the 65,535 port number, you can use any port number for any services. Okay, you are free to use it. The only thing is, if you use this uncommon port number, users are not available. If you can communicate with the user that you are using this services on this port number, then no problem.
Okay. So if you want to change the port number, then how we can change? Suppose if you want to.
The only thing is, then browser. It depends what kind of application it is, right? See, web application is through our browser, right? Not all applications are web based.
Yes, sir.
Not all applications are web based. For example, it's a website. Website you access through website, web browser, right? Then in web browser, you type port number. In 443, we don't enter port number because by default HTTPS is 443 only. Then if any other port number, then port number 8443, 445, then enter colon. If it is non-web based port number, then based on the application, traffic will happen, communication will happen, right? So the conclusion here is, out of these many port number, any port number you can use for any services. The only thing is, this standard application has been configured to have predefined information. For example, your browser will by default redirect a port number 443 traffic to HTTPS only. Your Outlook will forward the email on port number 25 only. Get in mind? Then in that case, you have to create your customized application. Get in mind? This standard has been defined for your comfortability perspective only. Otherwise, you have to announce everybody unnecessarily. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Right.
Anybody can use any port number. The only thing is, this common thing has been created.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Sir, another last thing. So, when will we be getting this lab access?
Lab चालू तो होने दो पहले. Do you think that if I give the lab access, you will be able to work?
No, I'm just asking.
If I give the lab access, then no meaning right now. You just follow it and follow what I'm training you here. That's enough. You don't need to worry about it.
Sir, one more question. Suppose you want to get into my network actually. So due to some illegal purpose or anything like that. So your IP, that will be the destination IP, right? And my IP is the source IP. From my side.
Source IP is the IP from where the system IP from where the connection is being originated. If I initiated the connection, my IP will be source IP.
What I will see, suppose I am working on a SOC profile, and from my side I have received some alert from your side, suppose DDoS or anything like that. So on that platform, if I see the source IP, so source IP, it will be from your IP, right? Or the destination IP will be your IP.
Outside IP will be source IP. See from where the connection is being coming, right? source IP. Where the connection is hitting destination IP address.
Okay.
Okay. From
Okay,
where
that means my IP will be the destination IP and your IP it will be shown as
source IP. Source means from where the source to destination. है ना? Source of the train means from where the train is started. Source, where the train is going to, destination, right? So where the connection is originated, source, where destination train is going, destination.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So one more question. So what is the difference between L3 switch and router?
See what happens is L3 switch in L3 switch it will have switch function also and router function also. You understand normal switch work on the L2 means only switch work, while L3 switch has the switch function also and router function also. Get it mean? While L4 router has the route function also and has the firewall function also, because switch work only layer 2 and layer 2 only MAC address. Switch understand MAC address means work on the layer 2, while router work on the layer 3 means understand IP address. Get it? While layer 3 switch understand MAC address also and IP address also, means does the setting also and routing also, while layer 4 router understand IP address also and port protocol also, means layer 4. Understand? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Layer
Okay, sir.
these digital switches. You have Geo router, right? Geo fiber, Airtel fiber. This is the layer 3 switch. One device only, router also and switch also. These are all digital devices. In previously backdated, we have two devices. One router and one switch generally we used to get. One Wi-Fi router and one normal router, right? Two devices. Nowadays, one device only because it is digital switch, L3 switch. Okay, guys, so we will wind up the day. We'll connect on Friday. Do complete this homework. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Complete करो तुम दोनों. Complete नहीं किए हो. ठीक है? बाकी लोग भी. Homework Monday तक complete होना चाहिए. Revise it. जो topic समझ में नहीं आते, whatever topic you do not understand, note down. If you do not answer the question, note down and go through on the Google. Okay?
Sir, while uploading the lectures, please do not erase the queries from the others people, because we got much more things from them as well because of this question.
Do not erase the query means?
That means while uploading the video at the YouTube itself, please do not delete those area.
Which area?
That means अगर ये लोग जो questions पूछ रहे हैं ना सर, तो वो भी उसी वीडियो में YouTube में रहने दीजिए प्लीज, so that
वो डिलीट नहीं होगा एक्चुअली. वो कैसे डिलीट होगा? अगर वीडियो पूरा अपलोड करेंगे तो कैसे डिलीट होगा?
वो डिलीट नहीं होता. वो डिलीट नहीं होता.
वो रह जाएगा. वो रह जाएगा. वो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं
रहता है उसमें.
Because in the last batches जो मैंने आपके लेक्चर्स देखे ना सर, उसमें
अच्छा,
इतने सारे ज्यादा क्वेरीज पूछने वाला कोई था नहीं, या फिर शायद मुझे लगा कि वो डिलीट कर दिए होंगे, इसीलिए मैंने बोला कि
नहीं वो तो कभी पूछते, कभी नहीं पूछते, तो कभी हो जाता है. डिलीट नहीं होता लेकिन.
Sir, please that is being edited, sir. That is the query editing.
No, I only edit only starting का सब्सक्राइब करने का बटन बस.
Sir, please repeat the homework.
Only सब्सक्राइब बटन ऐड होता है उसमें बस, और लास्ट में सब्सक्राइब बटन बस.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
अटेंडेंस थोड़ी होती है.
हैव अ नाइस डे सर.
क्या
अटेंडेंस थोड़ी होती है सर?
हाँ, वो अटेंडेंस हो जाती है ऐसे ही.
Sir, please repeat the homework.
Homework is same like well-known port numbers and previous homework if you have not completed. Well-known port numbers, and previous 3 topics that if you have not completed. CIA, read about CIA, triage, CIA, read about it.
सुलभ सर, कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट होगा तो सेंड कर दीजिए.
इसका डॉक्यूमेंट नेटवर्किंग का ऑलरेडी शेयर किया है ना लास्ट टाइम. Already I have shared document for networking. See document. What happens? See why I'm not talking about sending document for all this little thing, because internet you will see the best topics. Once I Google it, I will see 10 explanation. Whatever I find good, I will learn from that. करेक्ट माइंड, इसलिए बहुत सारी चीजें मिलती मुझे. आई गेट सो मेनी थिंग्स ऑन द इंटरनेट.
सर CIA में तीनों में अलग अलग अटैक्स होते हैं क्या? जैसे मालवेयर अटैक किसके अंडर में आएगा? फिशिंग अटैक,
कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, अवेलेबिलिटी, malware में भी all confidentiality, availability and integrity can be all.
और फिशिंग अटैक?
और फिशिंग malware फिशिंग के अंदर में ही आ जाता है. इट कम्स अंडर फिशिंग ओनली बिकॉज
malware का तो सर वायरसेस, ransomware सब तो malware में ही आता है.
Sir?
Yes.
I get a little lost when the language is being spoken. So far, we've discussed TCP, UDP.
Right.
Is there anything else I should note down?
Is there any?
Is there anything else I should note down?
No
Because
doubt.
you started speaking about the port differences, but then you broke off in another language, so I didn't understand that.
No. That's a normal discussion. Actually, I was not giving any homework. That's a normal.
Okay.
Whenever I speak Hindi, that means you can just leave it because I was just normal discussion, not important.
Oh, okay.
Not. So whenever I speak in Hindi, that means you understand it's not useful.
Okay.
Useful.
All right. Thank
use any
you.
local language. I'll not use Hindi for any useful discussion.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. Okay, guys, we'll wait today. We'll connect on Friday. Okay. We'll see you.
Monday, sir.
Sorry, Monday.
Monday, sir. Not Friday. It's too long.
Monday. Weekend में session लेना है.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the great session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.